Fight fans, fight fans, fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Josh Taylor, Teofimo Lopez. This is it. The official breakdown between these two champions, these two high-quality 140-pounders, and let's go down to the tail of the tape. We have Josh Taylor, Teofimo Lopez, 19 wins for Josh Taylor, 18 wins for Teofimo Lopez. No losses from Josh Taylor, even though we had that very controversial fight with him and Jack Catterall. He is still undefeated. We have one loss for Teofimo Lopez in a split decision by Kambosos, 13 KOs by Josh Taylor, 13 KOs from Teofimo Lopez. So their knockout percentage is both 68%, okay? And we have no draws from each of these guys. 19 bouts between both guys. Height 5'10" for Josh Taylor, 5'8" for Teofimo Lopez, 69-inch reach for Josh Taylor, 68-inch reach for Teofimo Lopez. Southpaw and Josh Taylor taking on the orthodox fighter from Teofimo Lopez. These guys are across the pond from each other. Edinburgh, Scotland, United Kingdom, and Brooklyn, New York, USA. Okay. The date of birth is 1991 for Josh Taylor. And, of course, date of birth for Teofimo Lopez is 1997. He is a young buck. I took my time because I wasn't really sure on Teofimo with his counterpunching abilities, his fast reflexes. Then you got Josh Taylor, with rapid fire shots, combinations, southpaw, great body puncher, inside left uppercut, very dangerous. And this is what I'm going to tell you guys by looking at both fighters. First off, I think they both did shit performances in the last fight. I call it how I see it. Both of these guys supposed to be or should be on the redemption list, honestly. But I wanted to see who does what, because if these guys would have fought anyone else, maybe they both would have been there. Because I have to take my hat off to both of them because I had to shit on both of them because their performances were poor, but then they're fighting each other to redeem themselves. So that's why they're not on the redemption list. Maybe the person that loses then depends on how that person loses tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, but Saturday goes on that list or not. Okay, not everyone gets put on that list because they take a L. Okay, you have to do special or have special circumstances on why you're on the redemption list. The redemption list, is exactly what it is. You need redeeming. And I think Teofimo Lopez, being the younger fighter, he should do well. But then you have to factor in a person that is the king of the division, that was regarded as the king of the division, Josh Taylor. How hard will he fight to keep that and to not let that O go? That's the question you ask yourself. How, I think he's fired up. I think he's mad. I think he's frustrated. I think he's angry. I think he's ready. Teofimo Lopez, it's hard to gauge. Why? Because Lopez has other problems that he talks about sparingly, but I think they will be the downfall of him. I think they have contributed to him being in a state of mind that he shouldn't have been in. And that's his personal life, his wife, his wife's family. I think that is what's bothering him. That's okay. 23 years of age. I was once there and I had the same shit. So I understand, but I do understand that could bother you more than anything else. Not your talent, not your skill, not your ability, not your power. Those could all be affected by personal outside interferences. And that's exactly what he's going through. So when you see Tio, it's almost like a person that's smiling and just, I'm good, I'm ready. And you can kind of look, and if you know what to look for, you can read between that emotion, that facade that he's putting up, um, that he's not good. There's something wrong. And again, those problems just don't go away when someone's severing your money in half. You know what I mean? And I think, that brings stress. I remember when when he when he won his last fight with Martin, he had a little drama after the fight. He wanted to bring his son into the ring and all this, and and all that stuff. But you could tell things are difficult for him, especially when you're growing up and you're going through things, for the first time. You know what I mean? I was happy for Tio, when he got married and he was having his first kid and he was living in Arkansas. You know what I mean? I followed Tio and I was really happy. And I was like, man, that looks very promising. But then, of course, it's things that you don't know, and you don't know to follow because you don't know about the info. But he revealed that things were bad. So why am I saying this? Kurt, where are you going with this? I'm going with this. I'm going with the fact that Teofimo Lopez, I think he has the ability to win, but I think the one thing that could beat him is himself, his problems, the things that he had to deal with. I think that his counterpunching style matches well with Josh Taylor. See, anybody that throws a lot of punches like Josh Taylor can get nailed. Look at Jack Catterall. Jack Catterall was exactly that. I think he was a better pot shotter than someone like Tio because Tio's a counterpuncher. See, Jack Catterall's a combination of both. See, he's a southpaw, right? But then he's able to use the jab and use that straight left, and he could set up punches beautifully. He has good footwork, has good boxing ability. Whereas, Josh did not, and you see, he could not adjust to that either. So maybe someone like Teofimo won't give you too much, but by the time he reacts from those punches that Josh Taylor is going to give him, he has a lot to work with. See, Teofimo doesn't initiate anything. He's not going to come in to start offense. He sees what you have. He may jab to the jab upstairs, jab to the body to see how you react so he can counter react. He's a counter puncher. But at the end of the day, I think Josh Taylor's coming in to prove something. And maybe, just maybe, because of the performances that they had before, I think Josh Taylor is going to come in maybe with a chip on his shoulder. Teofimo Lopez may come in the same. If Teofimo Lopez is not able to find those holes that Josh gives him, he's going to lose. And he's going to lose by getting outworked. Okay? But Josh Taylor is a rough and rugged fighter. You're going to see a lot of inside fighting. I predict, looking at these two, based on how this buildup is, if it's more than buildup, if it's actually true animosity, you're going to see a lot of fouls. You're going to see maybe a point deducted. Depends on what ref we got in there that day, right? And you're going to see Teofimo, with this, ready to strike, and Teofimo Lopez should win this fight, but he's up against someone bigger. He should have been at 140 earlier. Nonetheless, he's here. Now, here's the thing. Josh Taylor, he should be able to get in and get out. Okay? Because if he doesn't, if he gets caught and we see another Jack Catterall performance, I don't think Teofimo will allow that fight to coast like Jack did. Jack boxed an Erislandy Lara type fight with him, but it got a knockdown. But it wouldn't matter with Teo because I think Teo is aiming to make a statement at 140. And then he's going to have to, and they were able to circumvent the judges as well. So, that's another factor with these two guys. I think that Josh Taylor can hurt Teo. So this is my prediction. Teo can be stopped by Josh Taylor. Okay. But I think Josh Taylor can be outpointed by Teofimo Lopez. Now, it's very experimental. I mean, he has good power, but he doesn't have the power that he thinks he has. Teo. Okay. And fighting someone like Josh Taylor, good jabber, good boxing fundamentals. He throws punches and bunches. Now, if he's able to hurt Teo, he can outwork Teo always because he's going to always be the initiator in this fight. It won't be Teo. Teo is going to sit there to watch what he does. And what Josh is going to do, Josh is going to roughhouse him. He's going to go in and beat him up. He's going to mix it up. He's going to get real dirty and murky in there. That's what he's going to do. Okay? So I think that Josh Taylor can overwork Teo and stop Teo, but I think Teo, with the counterpunching abilities, can possibly upset Josh Taylor as well. So, who are you going for, Kurt? Again, I don't have a pony in the show with this. I don't. Who deserves to win? I don't know who's ever the better. That's kind of a shit question to ask because I think they both lost the last two fights. Both of these guys. They're so similar that it's crazy. Teofimo Lopez, he wants to fight the best. He called out Josh Taylor. I got mad respect for him for that. His last performance makes me scratch my head, and Josh Taylor's last performance made me scratch my head. But I don't think it goes the distance. I hope it doesn't go the distance because we don't need to see any reflection of any more scorecards that it can affect fighters' careers, especially when they're not accurate. But anyway, I think Teo has the ability to win. I think he's the better fighter. I think, because of the punches and bunches, he will be able to land counter punches that if Josh Taylor can't handle, he will get stopped as well. Why? Because I don't see him adjusting to it. If he's able to adjust, especially with a new trainer, there's a factor. Maybe that new trainer won't know what to do or when to do it. Hopefully he will, though. I hope I'm wrong. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about this prediction. I think Teofimo Lopez will defeat Josh Taylor. But Josh Taylor, I think, has a lot to prove, and he may have the fire within. So we will see on that day. Tell me what you think. Please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.